Okay, hi everyone. This is online lab 3 for PLC, and this will be the final lab. In this lab, I will show you examples of applications that will be using PLC as their controller. Okay, example number 1 is the water tank control. Okay, in this example, you can see the picture. I took the picture from instrumentationtools.com, and in the website they have a different description because I changed a little bit of the description to make the program more simpler. So this is your water tank here, and you have high level sensor, low level sensor, and an LED, and you have a water pump and a manual discharge valve to extract the water out from the tank, and then you have a start and stop button as a control panel. And this is the description of the process. So a start push button will enable water pump motor. So the start button is actually a push button. You have to remember that. So when you push start push button, it will turn on the water pump. And the stop button is to stop water pump motor if any emergency occur. And when high level sensor activated, this sensor is activated, the water pump will stop. And low level sensor will always turn on because there's always water touching the low level sensor. However, when water is very little and goes underneath the low level sensor, then the low level sensor will turn off, and when it turn off, it will turn on the LED. So when the LED is turned on, the operator will know that the water level in the tank is very low. And there's a manual discharge valve. So this manual discharge valve can be operated by a human operator. So it's a manual operation. So because it's manual, it will not be included in our ladder diagram. Okay, now how you program this process in a ladder diagram. All right, so let's look at the process one by one. Oops. Okay, so now start your ladder. Okay, always start your ladder with the left and right hand side, and you will have the start button. All right, the start button will turn on the motor. So this is your start, and then this is your motor. And your start button is actually a push button. So when you have a push button, when you release the button, it will turn off the motor straight away. So you need a latch. So a latch is something like this. So when you turn on the start push button, you have a motor latch like that. And the motor will only stop when you press the stop button if there's emergency. So it's a normally close contact. And when you reach high level sensor, right? When high level sensor is turned on, so it's a normally close contact as well. So when either sensor is turned on, then the motor will stop. And you have another process there. When the low sensor is turned off, LED will turn on. So this one is very straightforward. We just put normally close contact and a coil. So this one is low level and LED. And the manual discharge valve is a manual process, so it will not be included in the program. So this is it. This is your diagram, PLC diagram. All right. So that is example number 1. Okay, let's do it in PLC Fiddle. Okay, now go to plcfiddle.com. Right, you can log in just to save your process. Right now, okay, the default program is like this. So I want you to delete all of this. So just delete in trash. Okay, and you can delete all the contacts and coils. All right. So Let's look at the program. We already had scribbled this program, so you just follow whatever we have scribbled here. All right, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 contacts. So first we add start button. So make sure it's Boolean. Add. And second is stop button. Add. And third one is high level sensor. Add. And then low level sensor. Add. And then we have a motor for mixer. Add. And we have LED. Add. Okay, for this one we don't have any timer. Right, so let's start. Okay, put your first normally open contact. So this one will be your start, right? And it will turn on the motor. Okay, let's try that. You turn on start button, it will turn on the motor. You turn it off, it will turn off the motor. Now this is a push button, so you need a latch. So go to the sub rung, add it here. Okay, put it here, and put a normally open contact, and this will be your motor, right? Okay, now it's always turned on, so you need something to stop the motor. So put a normally closed contact. This one is the stop sensor, stop button, sorry, and another one is the high level sensor, right? So if we turn on the stop motor, it will turn off. And right, so that is the first rung. Second rung, just put normally open contact. Oh, sorry, this is normally closed because the LED will be turned on when the sensor is turned off. So low level sensor and a coil. LED. Alright, you can test your program. Okay, when you press start button, it will turn on the motor, and when it reaches high level, it will be turned off. And when low level, when the manual valve is turned on, it will extract all the water out, and when low level sensor is turned off, the LED will be turned on. So that is the first example. Right now, example number 2, the coffee vending machine. So let's look at the description. So you have a coin slot over here. So when you put a coin inside the coin slot, the coin detector will be turned on. Alright. So when the coin detector detects the coin, the Q01 here, the paper cup outlet, it will have a pusher that will push the cup from this location to this location. And then the coffee valve will be open for only 1 second. So this Q02 is a coffee valve. It will turn on for 1 second, and then it will close again. And after that, a hot water valve, this Q03, is turned on for 3 seconds. And after that, it will close again. And the motor in the mixer will be turned on for 2 seconds. So Q04 will be turned on for 2 seconds. And after all that process, there's a valve here that will release the coffee into the cup. So the valve Q05 will open to release the coffee into the cup. So it doesn't state any timing here, so we don't need any timer, right? So let's see what we need. Alright, so we need like what contact do we need? We need a coin detector contact, we need a paper cup pusher, we need a coffee valve, hot water valve, and mixer motor and mixer valve. Okay, that's all that we need. and we need 3 timer. So the first is for 1 second, second one is the 3 second, and the third one is the 2 second timer. Now let's do this program. Okay, as always, just do your ladder first, left hand side and right hand side. Alright, so firstly you have the coin. When the coin detector is turned on, it will turn on the cup pusher. Right? So what else it will turn on? Okay, it will also turn on the coffee valve. The coffee valve, and the coffee valve is turned on for just 1 second. So let's put timer 1 second here. Right? And because this is a coin detector, so when it detects coin, it will turn on, and then when the coin already moved to a bottom position, it will not detect coin anymore. So it's like a push button. So you need a latch. All right, so you have your coffee there, the coffee valve, and the coffee valve will always turn on until it reaches the 1 second time. So after 1 second, it will turn off. So you put the T equals to 1 here. Alright, so it's a normally close contact. Next, after the coffee valve is turned on for 1 second, it will turn on the hot water valve for 2 seconds. So what will trigger the hot water valve is the timer. So after the timer T equals to 1 is turned on, so this is timer 1, it will turn on the hot water valve. Okay, and because the timer will turn on in just a blink, so it's like a push button, so you need a latch for that. So this is a hot water latch. And what else will turn on? So this hot water will be turned on for exactly 2 seconds. So you need a 2 second timer. Okay. And it will keep turned on for 2 seconds and it will turn off after 2 seconds. So you put a normally close contact here for T equals to 2 seconds. So T2. Right? And next, it will turn on the mixer for 3 seconds. I got it wrong. This is T equals to 3. So T equals to 3 seconds. It will turn on the hot water valve for 3 seconds. So this is T3. Right. Okay, and next it will turn on the timer. It will turn on the motor mixer for 2 seconds. So you need another timer for that. So you can use exactly the same design for this round. So add another round. Okay, first it will use the T3 and then it will turn on your mixer motor. And because it's a timer, so it's like a latch, it's like a push button, so you need a latch. So you will have to add a latch motor. And it will of course turn on another timer, which is T equals to 2. Okay, and of course T equals to 2 will turn off this motor. Alright, and last one, the T equals to 2 timer, when it's turned on, it will, when after 2 seconds, it will open the mixer valve. So alright, so that is your mixer valve. So that's your process, the ladder process for coffee vendor machine. Alright, let's do it in PLC Fiddle and test. Okay, for example 2, okay, you have this and let's go to PLC fiddle. Okay, so now you have the first sensor, point detector sensor, right. And then you have cup pusher, and then you have the coffee valve, and you have the hot water valve, and then mixer motor, and then mixer valve. And you have 3 timer. The first one is timer equals to 1 second. Timer 1 second. So change that to timer. And second is timer 3 second. Okay, it's still timer. And the last one is timer 2 second. Right, now let's do the ladder. Okay, first is the coin, and then it will turn on the cup pusher, right? And you have a sub rung to make a latch. Okay, put a latch for, oh, that one is for coffee. Okay, so let's put another sub rung. So cup pusher, bring it here and put your coffee there. So this one will be coffee, right? And you have another sub rung, and this time is the first timer, on delay timer. So this is timer 1 second, and the coffee valve will be turned on for exactly 1 second. So when the timer 1 second is off, so it is turned on to this one, the Q. Okay, timer 1 second Q. And we have to remember to change the timer 1 second to 1, and timer 3 second to 3 second, and timer 2 second to 2. Right? Okay. Okay, next we add another rung, and we have 2 sub rungs. So first one and the second one. Right, we have the first contact here for T1 second Q, and then we have the coils. So first one is the hot water coil, the hot water valve, and the hot water valve needs a latch here. So this is hot water valve, and another rung is for a timer. So this is timer 3 second. So we put normally close contact there for timer 3 seconds Q. Okay, and we have the third rung. Okay, add rung. So it's the same design. So you have 2 sub rungs, right? And now you can add first variable. And then coils and a timer and a non-close contact. Right, so this one is timer 3 seconds Q. This one will be your motor. This one will be your motor. This one is timer 2Q, 2 second Q. This one is timer 2 second. Alright, and last one is another rung. It's the simplest one. We want to add, if you cannot bring it down, just add it here first and bring it to another rung. Alright, so this one is your timer 2 second. and of course it will open the mixer valve. So bring it there first and bring it down. So this is your mixer valve. Okay, let's test our ladder diagram, and you can see the status here. Right, so now a coin is detected. Alright, so it will turn on coffee for 1 second, hot water for 3 seconds, and motor for 2 seconds, and mixer valve for, and mixer valve just open like that. Alright, so that is our program. So it's working. You can save it here. So go to other, save. Alright, so you just copy this address and save it. Alright, okay. Okay, for example 3, you have automatic door. So if you look at the picture, you can see X0, so the infrared sensor to sense someone is coming. And then you have X1, the closing limit switch, X2 on both sides, which is opening limit switch. And then you have the first actuator, Y0, to open the door, which is maybe a motor, and Y1 to close the door. Maybe it's like motor clockwise and motor counterclockwise, but we just put 2 actuators in PLC ladder diagram. So the description of the process, so when someone enters the infrared sensing field, so this one is X0 activated, opening motors will start to work. So this is Y0, okay, to open the door automatically till the door touches the opening limit switch. So this is X2. If the door touches the opening limit switch for 7 seconds, nobody enters the sensing field, the closing motor starts working. So this is Y1. To close the door automatically till the closing limit switch touch together. So closing limit is X1. Okay, stop the closing action immediately if someone enters the sensing field. So if X0 is activated. So let's do the ladder diagram. Okay, of course, first make the ladder. Right, so now you have your X0, which is your infrared sensor, and it will open the opening door motor, which is 10. You can put description as well. Sensor, so this is open door. So it's a latch for open door. So we put a latch for Y0, and it will stop when it reaches the open limit. So it's normally close contact, X2, open limit. Right. Now go to the next round. You have X2, when open limit is activated, it will turn on the timer. So the timer is 7 seconds. Right, and this timer in turn will turn on to timer 7. It will turn on closed door, which is Y1 close, and it is a latch as well. So this is Y1, and the closed door function will not go on if we have someone going through. So X0, or we have reached close limit, and if Y0 is turned on, right? And the timer will also deactivated when someone is going through. Okay, so this is our ladder diagram. So now let's do it in PLC fiddle. So if you go to PLC fiddle, okay, first add your sensor, X0 sensor, and then X1 close limit, and then X2 open limit, and then Y0 open door, Y1 close door, and then timer 7 seconds. So this timer is oops, sorry, this is not timer, 7 seconds, so this is should be timer, right? So this is 7 seconds. Okay, so you have all the variables here. Now the first one, just follow your drawing. Okay, first you have the X0 sensor, and it will turn on. Y0 open door, and it's a latch as well, so just put a latch here, and normally close contact, X2 limit, and add another round. So X2 open limit. Oh, let's add sub round first. Oh, there's no sub round for this, sorry. So first is X2 open limit, and then it will turn on timer. And you have a normally closed contact. This one is XO sensor, and then you have another round. This one got a sub round. Just follow the drawing. So first is the timer Q, and then you have Y1 closed door, because it's a latch for this, and then you have 3 normally closed contact. Okay, the first is X0 sensor, second is X1 close limit, and that is Y0 open door. Okay, now let's test our program. Right. Okay, so first, when it detects someone on the door, it will turn on XO sensor, and then it's like a push button, it will close again, but Y0 keep open until it reaches X2, which is the open limit. So when it reaches the open limit, X2 will turn on a bit, and it will on the timer for 7 seconds, right? So after 7 seconds, it will turn on the motor to close the door again. So the open limit will be turned off, right? So when it reaches the close limit is on, the closed door will turn off. Alright, that is our program, so it's working. Okay, so you can look at the link here. It's our program, and this is the description of the program. You can look at other examples in this link. Okay, thank you very much.